Hello, welcome back. Today I am filming for you my 5 best, 5 worst products for gingers. I've been a redhead for all of my life and there are quite a few things that are quite specific to us that don't suit us but do suit other people, and it's quite useful just to know what works for another redhead so that you can kind of apply some of those things to you. I might say something where you're like, what? I wear that all the time and it looks great on me, but this is what works and doesn't work for me. And also, if you have recently dyed your hair and you're like a new redhead, a lot of it is going to be very, very different to what works on like brunettes. So if you were a brunette and then you've dyed your hair to redheads, it can be very tricky to kind of get used to the different colouring and what suits and what doesn't suit. So hopefully this helps you out. This video is in collaboration with ELZ'S. She runs an amazing blog and Instagram called Speaking of Which. She is a beautiful redhead. She has this amazing long, straight, luscious hair. I'm so jealous of how long her hair is. I wish my hair was that long. I met her a couple of weeks ago. She was so nice and we decided to do this collaboration because there aren't many beauty bloggers slash fashion bloggers out there that are kind of just doing it for the redheads, and particularly British beauty bloggers. There are not many of us about that are redheads and kind of don't just do normal beauty blogging and just happen to be redheads. Like, we actually want to help you guys that are redheads and kind of give you tips and advice, and also welcome your tips and advice. Please comment on this video any kind of products that work or don't work for you, because we would both love to know. So she runs an amazing Instagram as well. Go check out her Instagram because she is fierce. If you just want some kind of, yes, redhead power and like inspiration, I will link her, all her links below. She is also doing this title but in written format on her blog, so go check her out and comment that I sent you. So I'm going to talk about the worst products first and get the negativity out of the way. The first one is neon. Neon colours really don't work for me. It's just too much bright colours going on. Anything that clashes with orange I stay away from, because as you can see, I'm a very like true ginger. I'm very kind of coppery, orangey ginger, and this is my natural hair colour. So anything that's bright or neon I'm very wary of. I don't wear bright colours in general. There are a few exceptions, but it has to be exactly the right shade. I need to try it on and I need to feel really confident in it, and most bright colours don't make me feel confident. They just make me feel like I'm a walking bright beaming lamp. So unless I'm going to an 80s themed fancy dress party, neon is out of the question for me, I'm afraid. The next worst product is bright red. Now I have to say that I do like to rock a red lipstick, I'm not gonna lie, but it has to be the exact right shade of red. I also will wear red clothing, like I have this really nice summer red dress and it's actually like a reddy orange, which normally I would stay clear from because I just automatically think it would clash with my hair, but somehow it works. So I definitely advise, if you find a piece of clothing that you're like, oh, I love that, but it's red, don't rule it out completely, try it on. Some other colours I can kind of guarantee, like I'll buy it in that colour and it'll look fine. If you want to wear bright colours, go for a red because it can look stunning because of the kind of contrast between your skin tone and then your hair that's really bright and then your clothes or your lipstick that's really bright. Just all the contrasting kind of works, but sometimes it can just look like a really bright mess. The next one I've put is gold highlight. Now, gold highlight looks absolutely stunning on darker skin tones, but most redheads do have a very light complexion. As you can tell, I am pretty much ghostly pale. There are redheads that are fairer than me, but I'm pretty fair. Like, I'm the lightest shade in every foundation, really. Gold just doesn't work as a highlight for me. It's too dark. It's too much of a contrast between my skin colour, and on the cheek you can just see like this stripe of gold. It's just really unflattering. It's also a little bit clashy sometimes with the hair, depending on what shade of gold it is, and it just doesn't work. The fourth worst product is cool tones. I always stay away from cool tones on my eyeshadows unless it's with another load of warm colours on my eyes, and I'm just putting a cool in there just to kind of darken it up. In general, I stay away from like all cool tones on the eyeshadows, like greys or purples or just anything that's kind of cold. I think it's because my hair colour is so warm, and also it goes the same with jewellery. Like gold jewellery always looks better on me than silver jewellery, just because it just complements my hair colour better. Apply that to your makeup as well. Warm tones generally suit me better. Yeah, I absolutely love the look of like purple eyeshadow or like grey tones on the eyes, but it just does not suit me, and I know that, so I stay away from it. The fifth and final worst product for me as a redhead is orange foundations, which is basically the majority of foundations. There are very, very, very few brands that actually do foundations that are light enough and stay light enough on my skin. A lot of them will oxidize, which means when they come into contact with the air, they go a little bit orange. A lot of drugstore or cheaper brands just don't make foundations that are light enough in the first place, which is such a shame, because as I say, I am not the palest of redheads. However, I am the palest in like every makeup shade in terms of foundation and concealer and all that. I'm the palest. However, I know that there are redheads that are paler than me, so for them finding a foundation must be impossible. I would say go for high end, test it out, get a tester if you can. I know that it's annoying having to spend a little bit more, but it's better than having an orange Oompa Loompa face. So pros and cons. I will say that the one drugstore foundation I've tried which is like a perfect match for me is the NYX HD foundation in their lightest shade. That's what I'm wearing today, and it's absolutely fine. That's very pale. A good tip to test out your foundation shade is testing it on your neck, on your jawline, because you want to match it to your neck, not your face. We are now on to the 5 best products. Now, this is where it gets good. So the first one is autumn colours. So generally speaking, anything that's like a rusty brown or like a bronze shade, particularly for my eyeshadow, in terms of clothing, like khaki greens, really kind of dark brown colours, earthy colours, they go really well with my hair colour. So if you're wondering like, oh, I've just dyed my hair, I'm a redhead, I don't know what colours are going to work for me, plump for those kinds of colours, like really dark, earthy, autumnal colours. Along that vein, like bronze eyeshadow is my favourite colour of eyeshadow to wear. I just know that it's a fail-safe. It'll always look good because it brings out the blue in my eyes, and it contrasts well with my hair colour and my skin colour. So it just kind of works. In terms of lip colours, my favourite colours to wear are nudes, peaches, or brownie nudes. And I always go for those kind of lighter colours just because it's easier to wear and it's a fail-safe option. As you can see, I'm wearing quite a bright lip today, which is not what I would usually wear, but it's still very peachy undertone. The third product that works really well for me is champagne highlight. So as I said, gold highlight doesn't work, but champagne highlights always look really flattering. I think it's because it's such a similar shade to your skin tone, and it just kind of meshes with your skin a lot better than if it was a gold and you'd see that like stripe of gold on your cheek. My favourite highlight shade is Becca Moonstone or something like the Balm Mary Luminizer, which are very kind of bright, light champagne shades, but they still have really good colour payoff, so those are my faves. The fourth one is, of course, sun cream. Kids, redheads out there that are listening, wear sun lotion. Under your makeup, wear it every single day. There is nothing worse than prematurely aging skin. You don't want to get those wrinkles and leathery looking skin. And to be honest, if you don't put sun cream on when you're a redhead and you've got really pale skin, you will just burn. I learned the hard way. When I was younger, I used to wear like really little sun cream because I wanted to burn because it would turn to tan, and it was really painful every time, and I still looked really pale. Even though it did tan slightly, it would still basically look like I hadn't tanned at all. If I'm on holiday, like every day, covered from head to toe, sun cream, factor 50, top up every 2 hours, or even more frequently than that. The final thing is fake tan. To get that bronzed glow look, you still can as a redhead. I have found a great fake tan that works for me. It's the Saint-Tropez Express Bronzing Mousse. It is very buildable, so you can do it for 1 hour, you can do it for 2 hours, you can do it for 3 hours. It's gonna get darker each time, no matter how long you leave it on. The color for me is great. It looks so natural, but still really bronzed, and it's noticeably different. I love it. I can't recommend it highly enough. I'm gonna be doing a tanning routine, so stay tuned for that. So that is everything in my 5 best, 5 worst products for redheads video. I really hope that you found this useful, and as I said, ELZ'S social media links and the links to her blog post will all be in the description box below, so make sure you check that out, and please leave your comments below with what products you recommend. I would love to hear. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you would like to see more, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.